Hi everyone, it's Vic here, and today I'm sharing with you a 12 by 12 layout process video using the crepe paper Marigold collection, and this is for Lottie Loves Paper. I'm using my design team kit for this, and I found this photograph of my two daughters from a long time ago, and we'd gone for a walk in the local woods, and I'd got a new camera, so I was playing around with it, and I managed to capture this photograph, and it absolutely makes my heart melt. I know everyone is biased about their children and things, but it completely melted my heart, and I just absolutely loved it. So it had to be scrapped, and I had a look back through my old scrapbook albums and hadn't scrapped it for some reason. I don't know why. So I felt that the Marigold collection went actually quite nicely with it because it's got a bit more of an organic-y feel to it. I like all the florals and that in it. So yeah, anyway, just perfect for it. Now I'd made my background for a different layout, which never ended up evolving. So what I'd done with that is I gessoed my white cardstock, and then I literally just put some Distress Oxide ink from a pad onto a piece of cellophane, spritzed it with some water, and did the smooshing technique with it, where you literally just tap it and get it onto the cardstock. It gives you really nice effects. Now the gesso should have stopped it from warping, but I think I probably added quite a lot of water once I'd applied the ink to the cardstock and spritzed it with a bit more to help it move around the page a bit more. Hence why it's a bit, I don't know what you'd say, a bit higgledy-piggledy in the background on that cardstock. So after I finish this layout, I have then gone and flattened it so I can take some good photographs later on. But that colour worked really nicely with this collection of papers, and yeah, it was just meant to be. Sometimes you just have to go with it, don't you? So I've used a flower punch. I wanted a border underneath that photograph just to help ground it on the layout, and I got out a flower punch. I don't have many punches. I think I only own about 5 punches. Not something that I really use a lot of, but this flower one was perfect for giving me like a scalloped edge border without having to cut it on my silhouette or fussy cut it. It hadn't been used in a very long time, so it was a bit stiff to start with, but then we got it going. So I've literally used the flower punch and then cut the flower in half, and that layered it up to give me my border underneath my photograph. And then I've used journaling cards to help back my photo, and once again fussy cut some of those glorious florals from in the collection. I mean, I don't know about you, but I just think they are absolutely divine. I love like these rosy, pinky, dusky tones on that sheet of paper that I'd cut those florals from. Absolutely just delightful. So got a little bit scissor happy and lots of fussy cutting, as you can see. I wasn't sure whether to use the vellum piece with Together on. I did like it, but I just didn't feel it stood out enough as a title for my page. And I found this Magical Moments flag on one of the cut apart pieces, and it really just popped off the page, that black. I absolutely loved it. Really stood out against the softness of the background and the florals. So in the end I decided that that's what I'd go with. Now the crepe paper collections are always quite whimsical. I love it. I just think they're really playful. And there's this really cute Jemima puddle duck that I'm just fussy cutting out from one of the journaling cards. She had to go on there, and she's random. It's got no connection to the photograph or where we were in the woods, but I just absolutely love her, so she had to go on. Also along with that little Bambi deer to the right there, which I'd fussy cut out of another one of the cut apart journaling cards. So I always struggle with these journaling cards sometimes to use them on my layouts. So there's, if you're not sure how to use them, cut them up. It's paper at the end of the day. Make your own embellishments from them. use them to back your photographs. A great way of utilising them and using them on your pages. So I'm happy with where everything is now, and as always, I don't stick anything down until I'm happy with my layout. Once I'm happy with placement of things, then I start to make that commitment to my page. Otherwise, I always find that I stick things down and I'm not quite happy with them, and sometimes it's not easy to pull bits up again once they're stuck down. So starting to stick it down with my glue, and some pieces are also elevated onto foam as well, just to add a little bit of dimension to the layout. This is quite a flat layout for me, not too chunky. I've done lots of chunky layouts recently, and they're filling up my scrapbook albums really quickly. In fact, I got a new one the other week, and it's waiting to be filled. I literally have like one of those sections out of one of the IKEA Kallax units filled with scrapbook layouts ready to be slotted into their page protectors and put away. So it is a job that is crying out to be done. So yes, they're going to fill up that album really quickly, and I probably need at least another 2 to fit them all into. So this is quite a flat one for me, so hopefully it won't take up as much space. So sticking things down, that Bambi at the side, I really love that. But it was sort of floating because its legs had gone off of that border, that punch border that I'd created. So using a couple of the stickers from the sticker sheet, just slotted behind the deer's legs, and that helps ground it so it doesn't look like it's floating off into the air. So adding a few more finishing touch now. I really wanted something to secure the flag there at the top that says magical moments. So I'm just having a look there at odd scraps of pieces of paper that I've got, and decided that a dusky blue would go nicely with my background that I'd created. So I've literally cut a strip and then used a paintbrush. You can use anything like a pencil or a lollipop stick or something, and I've twiddled it around my paintbrush there to create like a tube, and I've just used my glue to secure the flap on that roll of paper that I've created, or you could use sticky back plastic, double-sided tape, and then I've tucked it behind my flag, and I really like the effect that gives. It looks like it's on a flagpole now rather than just floating in the air, so really love that. So it's literally now just my finishing touches. To me, the photograph is really magical. I just love it, the lighting and everything on it. So this layout being all whimsical and sort of magical in itself really fitted it nicely, and I was super pleased with how it turned out. So I'm just adding a few of the fussy cut butterflies on now for some finishing touches, and then that's pretty much me done. So thank you very much for watching along with me today. I do hope it's inspired you to do something different, or how to use those journaling cut apart cards from your sheets of paper. And if you've liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribed. This collection is available now in the Lottie Loves Paper shop, and the link will be in my bio below. Thanks then. Bye.